Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome to episode 31 of the Alibi Pod.
In the back of my car,
on the way to St. Louis
to see Judah and the Lion
on April Fool's Day.
again. Well, we didn't see him on April Fool's Day, but everything else is a repeat.
That's true. Well, yeah, we've seen Judah and the Lion before, and we're seeing them again.
Okay,
this time
we
in
didn't
St.
see
Louis.
Them, yeah, it wasn't in St. Louis last time. But the bottom line is,
was wrong.
I was wrong. The only thing that's again is seeing Judah and the Lion.
That's true. Yeah.
But the bottom line is that last time we saw them, it was so good that we found out they were in a city, 4.5 hours away from us, and we said, we must go.
It's kind of warm in this car.
It is a little warm. Can you make it cooler? Thank you. My wife is driving. Which makes this our very first podcast event with a live audience.
Technically live audience. Technically also sort of a guest. We could have her say hello.
Say hello.
Hi.
Out of frame, but she says hello.
Yep. Oh man, it's exciting. We haven't done this in like 2 weeks.
And because we do not compromise in production value,
We don't.
I'm going to show you quick video. This is what it looked like. We got a camera set up
For the YouTube viewers, they'll be able to see this.
in the back of my car.
That's right.
And it's a small car.
It's not bad.
It's actually kind of a cool shot.
It's not a bad shot at all. We should use this for like a music video or something.
Yeah,
at
this is
some
kind of
point.
tight.
It's fire for sure.
Problem is, if she takes a turn hard,
We're gonna have to hold on to the
screwed.
camera. It's okay though. It's
All
a
right.
user we're engaging the viewers.
That's right. So
Fourth wall broken several times.
there's no fourth wall
There's no
on
fourth
this.
wall. There's only
no
3
fourth
walls.
wall
There's
on
not
this.
even 3 walls. There's
So
not a lot of walls.
We have no agenda today.
We didn't come up with something beforehand. It's
We're-
been like 2 weeks since we've done this. Gabe's been getting busy over the podcast time.
Yeah,
so-
we shoot this over my lunch break from work in my apartment on Mondays, and usually we release it on Mondays. Today is a Tuesday. My lunch break, though, people keep booking stuff over my lunch break, so I'm busy. I'm just a busy guy.
Just a busy guy.
Just a real busy guy.
Just a boy. Your kombucha smells like vinegar.
I mean, it's fermented, so
Yeah, I'm not a
same
fermented thing
concept.
guy.
It's passion fruit and tangerine. It's not bad.
I'm not a kombucha guy so much.
I got an espresso maker.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Today I made espresso.
How was it?
It was okay.
It was okay. Are
It
you learning
seemed-
about the lattes and stuff?
Yes, it seemed like espresso made by a noob who didn't really know how to make espresso that well.
Do you have the thing for the puck of espresso to make it?
Oh yeah,
whatever the heck
to
you
make
get all
the
thing?
the latte art and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, like you gotta use
The
the little
frother.
wire thing for the espresso puck to tamp it down and all that.
Oh yeah, got all that fun stuff.
All of it. That's good. I feel that I would be a pretty good barista.
Me too.
I'm a coffee guy myself.
I
you know?
enjoy the vibes. So what's your go-to coffee drink?
So my go-to coffee drink, because I actually like coffee kind of at this point, is I go up to the barista or whoever's taking my order and I say, what would you recommend?
And you just try
whatever the recommendation is, I'm probably going for it.
That's respectable.
In today's example, I went to my favorite coffee shop with my girlfriend this morning, and the recommendation was a brown sugar shaken espresso.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar shaken espresso. It was all right. I've grown to kind of dislike the iced coffees more so because they get watered down. The ice melts, and then you've got this watered down coffee thing, which just isn't as good in my opinion.
So a proper shaken espresso is often not served over ice.
However she suggested it for me is how I did it.
Yeah. So a shaken espresso is my favorite thing, and that's what. With buying this espresso maker, I also bought a cocktail shaker, and the plan is I'm gonna get phenomenal at making shaken
the best
espressos.
shaken espressos.
Because I be spending money for a good shaken espresso.
Yeah, now it's gonna be down to like $1.
Yeah, I believe that I can learn to make a really good shaken espresso.
So next week on the podcast, we're gonna be drinking shaken espressos.
I mean, yes, we'll drink shaken espressos next week. There's no promises that they will be at
they won't be
professional
best
level
yet.
yet.
Yeah.
That's only 6 espressos away from now.
That's true.
And also I'm going to be on whatever the random Starbucks blend that I bought for my starter was. Because I just wanted to be able to make a shaken espresso to start with. I think I need to get a darker blend for next time I buy some.
If you go to any of your favorite like kind of third wave coffee shops, or really almost any coffee shop, you can get whatever beans they use. Actually, here's what you should do. You should steal some coffee from Uncle Papa today, or tomorrow, rather.
Oh, yeah.
He has probably some good coffee you can take from him.
Yes, that's actually a good idea. So here's the problem that I have so far, and I'm not going to call it a problem, actually. There is a step deeper into this world that I have yet to take.
What's that?
Which is to get a grinder to grind the beans myself.
Yeah.
Thus far, I am in the pre-ground beans club.
Okay, yeah.
So I have to buy a pre-ground coffee mix.
Well, you'll have to see what Uncle Papa has.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he has. Also, a friend from church, his wife, has history. She worked as a barista.
Yeah.
And she promised that after I get an espresso maker, they'll come over and they'll teach you the ways of espresso. Teach me the ways of espresso.
You know, someone I work with used to be a barista. Both Starbucks and Scooter's experience.
I'm not sure that either of those are like...
Yeah, and he said don't ever tip at Scooters. They don't do anything. Literally, the machine does all the work at Scooters. And then they're like, it's going to ask you a question.
Unfortunately, tipping culture is just wildly out of hand.
Yeah. And that's coming from us. I make a lot of money off tips. Like, tips are a significant portion of my income.
I don't get tipped pretty much ever. I guess I get tipped sometimes. Like, I do photography.
Gigs,
yeah,
maybe.
Freelance work, freelance photography. If they're really happy with you, they'll throw in a tip. But it's not expected like it is in a lot of like service work.
Yeah.
Which is partially because it's expensive, right? If I'm charging $300 for a photo shoot, they feel like he's making ridiculous margin as it is. He doesn't need, right? Which is partially them not understanding the actual effort and time that goes into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't get tipped so much, but good people that like to take care of you, they will give you a good tip, and I appreciate those people.
My favorite kind of people.
Yeah, we love you.
We love it.
I'm a big tipper.
Tip. Yeah.
There's something about culture that has made it so that, like, if you're a big tipper, you must be a good person, right? And also, it just feels good to be a big tipper.
It's just a little bit of generosity for your day.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's a little broken, because, yeah, we're tipping the Scooters person who did nothing.
Yeah.
At minimum 10%.
Oh, look, that thing's completely built now. It's like operational. What?
You can't comment on things on the side of the road. They can't see that.
Well, there's the thing on the side of the road. This is a building that we remember when they started building it, and now it's an operational whatever it is now.
That's right.
Which is very cool. I knew some people who worked on that job. Had some people I was giving haircuts to.
Very cool, very cool. My dad says...
Yeah.
That he wishes that the next generation, Gen Alpha, would just abolish tipping culture. He said that he wished Gen Z would just abolish tipping culture. Be like, this is stupid, just don't do it.
The problem is anybody who makes tips is like, no tipping.
Yeah, enough people work in jobs where they make a living off of tips that they don't want to do that.
Yeah, and like the culture's so established now, like I guess I could just like raise my prices and get rid of my tipping options, like as a barber. But people are gonna look at that and be like,
no one who receives tips wants to get rid of tips. It's only people that are tipping that want to get rid of tips.
Yeah, I believe I like it. You know, it's a kind of pay what you think it's worth kind of situation for the most part. Like I have some regular clients that don't tip.
I recently ordered a pizza.
Yeah.
All they had to do was make the pizza.
Yeah.
And it was from a chain. So I know that they took the pizza dough and put that mug in the, conveyor oven.
Yeah.
And then put it in a box.
Yeah.
And the choices were 15%, 20%, 25%. There was not a no tip option or a custom tip option.
Yeah.
Neither, or 10%, right? Not even a low tip. It's, you have to tip big.
That's dumb. I think there should be... See, I'm fine with whatever tipping presets you want, but also leave a custom and a no-tip option. My default, so when I hand you the thing to sign and tip, the default, it's set to no-tip. And I tell you, just sign and you're good to go. And if you look at it and think, oh, I would like to tip, there's a 20, 25, 30, and then a custom tip, in case you want to just tip $1, whatever.
Yeah, I kind of like the presumptive close. as like a marketing tactic, right?
Yeah.
Like, I assume you're gonna want to do a 20% tip. And if you get to choose what the tipping options are, yeah, go ahead and make them big. It's fine. But the no tip button, but also you feel like an absolute jerk when you click the no tip button.
Well, I have a default clicked so you don't have to feel poorly. If you don't want to tip me, that's fine.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Thank you. I just hate to be a bother.
all the restaurants that I go to, it's
very
at like
Midwestern.
10, 15, 20 usually.
I'm scared to like insult people and stuff, you know?
I guess that's like fast food. How tipping got to be a thing in like fast food, I do not know. But I mean, I
Wow.
guess McDonald's doesn't have you tip.
Yeah, it's
but
still
like,
places like Burger King where you don't. It doesn't.
yeah, Chipotle though, or places like that, you gotta hit the tip.
Yeah.
And like
Even
Costa
like the Mexican
Vida.
restaurant, when you pick up your order, they're like, all right, and tip. And I'm like, okay.
Wasn't planning on tipping.
I mean, I usually tip anyway at our Mexican restaurant because I like to support, show some love.
Yeah. Hometown restaurant.
You know?
We're gonna support local businesses.
And I mean, I tipped at the coffee shop today, but I tipped like the 10% or something.
If there's
I
a
don't
tip
know.
option, I feel obligated. So
Yeah.
I tip.
Not that down bad, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Not that hard up. So, whatever. Tipping.
We went to a noodle place recently.
How were the noodles?
The noodles were good. The
Good
noodles, the noodles were good. Everything else was kind of mid, but they knew that they were a noodle place, so it
Yeah,
was like,
I mean, you gotta
we'll
respect
just
that.
let the noodles shine. Put them in some generic broth. But we had a gift card,
Yeah.
and the gift card covered the cost of the meal, and then we had to pay tip on top.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. Tradition on this podcast that I decided, because you don't care, I like to always talk about the BeReal updates. BeReal updated again.
Oh, really?
Now there's a little notification bell that you can click that has your notifications, and I don't like it.
Of like who liked your post
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
It's like these people liked your post. Like, I didn't want to have to check the notifications. I like that it just went away, As soon as I
Yeah.
clicked on it. Ella's nodding vigorously in
I
the
know,
front.
she agrees with this. Oh, we're taking a turn.
It's all right.
All right.
No, I didn't appreciate that update so much. I don't think I've liked any of the updates since the first time we addressed the BeReal update. They gave us the video, then they got rid of the video. Like, they gave us
I think the
chat,
video is
and
still a
now-
feature. I've seen people
No,
post videos
I think
recently.
that's just people who haven't updated.
Haven't updated the app. They don't have their automatic updates on.
Yeah, something like that. But whatever the case is, I'm not the biggest fan. Still use the app. Still a fan of retro. I enjoy retro.
Retro's all right. So what I found is that since I became like a photographer and I started using cameras,
Yeah.
there are a lot less things on my phone camera roll. Because I don't
That would make
pull out
sense.
my phone and take a selfie.
You don't just selfie.
Because
My
first
hair
of all, I
looks
think it's an unflattering angle.
It usually is. It's so bad.
And see, now I'm super self-conscious. I feel like I don't look that bad in the camera screen.
Yeah.
When I have
That's
this
true.
camera set up right in front of me.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, the selfie is usually like the worst angle of yourself. I like a mirror selfie quite often. I'll send the girlfriend a mirror selfie.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that.
I had
When we were dating, we would send each other selfies every
Yeah.
It's
It's a thing.
whatever.
It's cute,
Yeah, it's cutesy.
loving relationship type stuff.
The mirror selfie is actually significantly better than the selfie though, because you're using the forward-facing
It
camera.
really is. It really
Like,
is. Even though it's kind of everything is flipped.
The
anyway,
iPhone
but
selfie camera is honestly pretty awful.
It's rough. I recently sent a selfie to the guys. And not in a weird way or nothing. We all got the same shirt because it was funny. This is a shirt with a picture of a raccoon looking in a mirror, and it says, "I do not think, therefore I do not am."
Nice.
I sent this shirt to the guys' group chat. There's 3 of us in the chat, and we were all like, "I need this shirt." So we all ordered the shirt, and then as we got it, we sent a selfie of ourselves in the shirt, right? The mirror selfie, like, it's here. And one of the guys commented on my selfie. He's like, "How is it so easy for you?" Like, I had to like really try to get like not block everything with my phone. Like, I'm not used to this. And I'm like, I have a girlfriend.
He said, I have practice.
Yep, I have a
Practice
girlfriend.
with the mirror selfies.
And they were like, that's not a good reason. I said, no, but it sounds better than I'm a borderline narcissist. And I like to take pictures of myself.
Yeah, definitely.
And they were like, yeah, there it is.
I wonder if this shot is just going to be wildly shaky to watch.
I mean, it might be, but who's
Who cares?
yeah.
I'll throw
who's
some
judging harshly?
auto stabilization on in post and see what happens.
Also, this is literally a podcast. Most people, like, you're supposed to listen.
Yeah.
Put it on your drive to work or something. Or just listen on your lunch break. It's not like a heavily engaging video as it is.
I wish I could make it more engaging as a video.
Well, that would be a lot of work. Ooh, somebody's vaping in their car. Well, that would be a lot of work, and also, like, what's the deal? Like, you just want an engaging video of a random conversation, you know? I've never understood, like, the podcast getting to be super YouTube video-y, you know?
Man, I watch some podcasts on YouTube that are pretty dope.
I mean, I'll watch them, and sometimes the video helps, but a lot of times, I mean, I'm just listening anyway, you know?
I just feel like it makes it more engaging.
It does.
And you can, like, if it's really good, some of these podcasts where they start having guests and stuff,
Yeah.
they can make it very, like, documentary-like.
Yeah, but I think most of the time, if I'm going to watch a video, I want to watch a video. If I'm going to listen to a podcast, I want to listen to a podcast, you know? It's kind of a different vibe.
I hope people watch and listen.
Yeah, watch and listen, everybody.
All right, road trip snacks.
Throwing up signs for
Talk to us about road trip snacks.
Okay, road trip snacks. Very important issue. Serious topic. My girlfriend told me I should get some road trip snacks.
Did you get any?
Nope.
I brought you some.
Oh, it's so sweet. She'll be happy to hear that when I tell her.
Yeah, because it's early. It's too early for lunch. It's like 11 o'clock. You had brunch, right?
I mean, I had a snack. So.
I had espresso.
Yeah,
it sounds like you had espresso also.
Yeah, I had a coffee, and we split it's like a granola bar thing, like a oat bar. It's, you know those peanut butter bars Mom would make?
Yeah.
It's very similar to that.
All right, so we're raw dogging it all the way to
also,
St. Louis.
I had part of a muffin.
Oh, nice.
So we split both of those things. Me and my
Blueberry
girlfriend.
muffin?
No, it's chocolate chip. It was a gluten-free chocolate chip muffin.
Is the chocolate chip superior to the blueberry?
I don't know about that. The chocolate's very heavy as a muffin. It's just an intense, sits really heavy kind of thing, and the blueberry is a much lighter, much like more palatable kind of muffin.
Blueberry might be my favorite muffin.
Blueberry's a good muffin, but anyway, I had some breakfast. You know, it wasn't anything like significant, but had some breakfast.
Bottom line is 3 hours and 59 minutes we're raw dogging to St. Louis.
All the way through. I wouldn't say raw. We're just going to look at the flight map the whole time.
No, I just mean we're not stopping for a meal, even though it is close to lunchtime.
Right.
So I brought 3 Cliff Bars.
Now that.
3 Sunbelt Bakery bars.
Yeah.
And I think Ella grabbed 3 bags of chips.
4. Goodness
4
gracious.
bags of
What
chips.
kinds of chips?
What kinds of chips do we have?
Doritos, Fritos, and barbecue that is mine.
Okay.
Doritos and Fritos.
Doritos and Fritos for us.
Yeah,
Barbecue for
there
Ella.
Maybe
Okay.
barbecue, but that is not for
Not
everyone.
available for us.
Did you bring yourself a water bottle?
No, I didn't bring anything. Well, I mean, whatever.
Okay, so you're gonna be thirsty.
Thirsty.
I'll let you drink from my
Thirsty
water
boy.
bottle. You'll be okay.
Oh, that was weird. Anyway, road trip snacks are very important. I would say that the
Very
Cliff,
important,
the
yet you
Cliff
did not
Bar
bring
is
any.
probably the road trip snack, in my opinion. The Cliff Bar is like S tier, as far as like I need to eat something.
It's
kind of
not
on
the
way.
most fun.
I
But
think
for
it's
the
fun.
use case, it's phenomenal.
It's very filling. It tastes good.
Fun
but-
road trip snacks are like taquitos from the roller grill at the gas
Well, that's
station,
just a
or
lunch item
gummy
at this
bears or something like that.
Yeah, as far as like how gross do you want to feel during your road trip? You
That's
know.
true. Sunflower seeds are popular but overrated.
Oh, for sure overrated. Very overrated. That's a hot take right there.
Sunflower
It
seeds
is
are
baseball
overrated.
season.
I will eat sunflower seeds if someone gives them to me.
Yeah.
It's all right. I will
Sunflower
probably
seeds are
not
for people
buy
who-
sunflower seeds.
It's for people who wanna spit in a cup. You know?
Yeah,
It's
weird.
It's like liquid death for people who feel like you're cool with a can. It's, you know, sunflower seeds, so you feel like you're spitting tobacco. If you
Which
feel
is
cool spitting in a
dumb.
cup.
Sunflower seeds as an alternative to something with nicotine, I respect.
Yeah. You're not gonna pop a Zen or nothing like
Right.
that. They're popular these days. The Zen is like a thing.
Yeah, it's
now.
weird. Smoking is not popular with Gen Z. Now, vaping might be, and, you know, the
Apparently
other
we
herbs,
decided
but
nicotine is just good for you now.
some people think so, yeah. But
That's just like,
so, like, people
caffeine and
don't
nicotine.
smoke because we know it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right? And none of us liked. Now, you know, our family, no one was a smoker in our immediate family, but a lot of people our age, their parents or their grandparents were
grew up around a
smokers,
smoker.
and they're like, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
right? And
that
also, we
tobacco
can
smell.
see the negative impacts.
yeah, we all know what a smoker looks like and
Right.
sounds like and smells like.
And when they die.
Right.
But somehow nicotine is popular again with people our age, but in chewing form.
Well, it's just like a Zen pouch that you
or
just pop
gum,
in there, you know?
or whatever.
I'm curious about like the long-term effects of these Zen pouches.
Yeah, there's no way it's good.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. There's a lot of like opinions about how it's productive or helpful or whatever, boosts testosterone or whatever. I've heard that like the nicotine content in a tomato is like obscene
Wild.
or something, but I don't be eating tomatoes like that, so I don't know. And as far as like the Zen thing, like it's kind of seems like a new trend, so I don't know if it's
Well, it's
been
clearly not
studied
good for your
long-term.
mouth.
I don't
Right?
know.
Chew has always been bad for the mouth.
Right, but was that because of the nicotine?
I don't know.
Or was it the tobacco of it? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot of research to be done here, I guess. on our
Chemical
part.
habits are rarely good, though.
I can't afford a chemical habit myself. Not interested in that.
Most of them are unhealthy.
It's just generally good to assume, like, if you need some sort of stimulant, it's not good. It's unhealthy to
The
need a
leap
stimulant.
from habit to addiction is,
It's paper thin line.
you know, and
And not like a big sheet of cardstock.
Yeah.
We're talking like wrapping paper. We're like tissue paper.
and nobody wants to mess with that.
We're talking like 1-ply toilet paper. Is how thin this line is.
Toilet paper, man. So 2020, toilet paper was gone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everybody took the toilet paper.
We remember it was like a meme. It was a thing.
And it's wild, right? Because
Yeah.
now we've got plenty of toilet paper.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. But eggs, we got no eggs.
Got no eggs. I haven't seen that meme that was like, never thought that someday I'd be buying my weed from a retailer store, and my eggs from a hippie on the street.
Yes.
That's so funny.
That's wild.
Not that we buy
business.
weed. We don't condone.
Not not us
no
personally.
sticky green
Other
stuff.
Other people.
Yeah, it's just a meme. Just a meme, guys. Speaking of toilet paper, this might be a hot take. I don't think it is, because most people aren't psychos.
Is
When
this the
you-
over-under conversation?
Over-under conversation. I was at the coffee shop today, stopped in the bathroom. That was under. The toilet paper was under. I was like, who does this? When
And
you
it
put
ruined your day.
It was bad.
You're
When
writing
I
a
asked my girlfriend,
bad review for the coffee shop now.
Suddenly this was a really important question in my relationship, and I quickly hastened to ask my girlfriend, when you replace the toilet paper, how do you put that mug in there? Is it over or under? Are you a normal person, or are you an idiot? And,
I don't know if this is something that I've talked about on the podcast before, but I am actually a high-ranking Google reviewer.
Yes, you are. I don't think we've mentioned
I
this.
review places, and I write good reviews, and I have lots of points and views on my reviews on Google.
Yeah.
Imagine we just, from now on,
Every establishment ranked the
Over
toilet
or
paper
under?
was over.
5 stars or 1 star.
Yeah, depending on the toilet papers. That would be hilarious. We should make a TikTok account and just do that.
Just over under
Just
ratings.
like Taco Bell, toilet paper was under 1 star. Like I've had like almost like a faceless Instagram account and get like,
a million
50,000 followers
yeah.
just for nothing.
Something wild. Yeah, so here's the thing about that. It's a way more time in public restrooms than I want to spend.
Yeah, I avoid them. I'm very much not a public restroom kind of guy. Some people really like it. Like, some people are like, oh, I'm going to try out the bathroom at this place. I think it's disgusting.
At fancy restaurants, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, nice bathrooms.
Fancy restaurants or hotels that are nice, whatever. You're like,
Nonetheless,
bougie.
more time than I want to spend in a public bathroom.
Yeah. I don't, sometimes at home with many siblings, you hide in the bathroom. It's a thing, or if you have kids, you might hide in the bathroom.
We've heard stories.
Other than
We've
that,
heard tell.
I don't like spending a lot of time in the bathroom, period.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on from this discussion topic, we're going to have to come up with something new to talk about for the next, 3 minutes.
We've been to St. Louis before.
We have.
What are your memories of St. Louis?
St. Louis, number one was Italian food.
Number one's
Which
Italian
we're
food.
probably going to miss out on this time,
Which is going to be really sad.
Heartbreaking.
If there was a way to make Italian food work.
It was the best Italian food probably I've ever had from a restaurant.
And part of the reason that we liked it so much is because it's got that authentic Italian vibe. It's very similar to what our mama makes.
Right.
Right? And our mama's Italian. She makes the all-day sauce and the huge meatballs. And some people like a sweet sauce. Some people like a more robust, zesty sauce. And the sauce that our mother makes is robust and zesty. And the zesty. And the sauce that they had at this restaurant was very similar to her sauce.
Yeah, what was the place we went to? Was it Lorenzo's?
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't buy it, so I can't. We ordered out from there. We didn't actually go there to eat it.
Maybe Lombardo's?
Somebody recommended Antony's to me.
I don't know. We can check out all of these places and see the hours,
Yeah, if they're open super late, because we're driving there. We're driving straight there. We're going to our Airbnb and then getting
Lorenzo's
an Uber to the concert.
At 8 p.m. Zia's closes at 9 p.m.
It needs to be open super late, because we're going to be at this concert until pretty late.
Yeah, we need like a till 11 kind of situation.
Later than that, probably.
I mean,
24-hour Italian food on the hill in St. Louis. If it doesn't already exist, this is a brilliant.
Antonino's is 10 p.m.
That's the latest we've got so far. But
Charlie Ghetto's on the hill opens at 5. What time do they close? Only 9. 5 to 9.
5 to 9. That is not long to be open. Do all your business 5 to 9.
Yeah. 5 to 8:30. Well, goodness, these people, do you work? Do you serve food?
Bro, they've got the sauce cooking all day for just dinner service. They're in there. They're in there cooking.
Opens 4:45 to 9. Nobody really opened past 9, apparently.
My friend, you have hours in this car after the pod.
The pod time
to review
just
your
about up,
hour,
actually.
to review the hours of the Italian places. We ate good food in St. Louis. Some people think St. Louis is kind of like ghetto and
it is
dirty,
a little bit. Yeah,
and it's a little bit, but it's not bad. We had a great time in St. Louis. I like the architecture,
St. Louis enjoyers.
the roads. We're city enjoyers, though. You and I, we love cities.
We do like to see a city.
Ella, in the driver's seat right now, she enjoys the beach. She wants to live in the country someday.
Same situation with my girlfriend. She doesn't want to go to the city. She wants nature and stuff.
Now, Ella does like cities. You like cities, right? Yeah, she likes cities. But I went to New York and said I could live here.
Yeah.
And she, not so much.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've never gone to a big city with my girlfriend so much. But
You've not been together that long.
I feel like she could be convincible, perhaps. But yeah, her opinion right now is more of a country's nature and space kind of stuff.
I respect it. I mean, and I think
culture. I like culture. I want to be around the people and the culture,
like
the architecture, the cuisine.
Live in the country in a sub-community not far from a big city, as opposed to the freaking middle of nowhere. So I like that.
My ideal is 2 residences.
2 residences, right.
I want
like
a big
that
farm
too.
in the middle of nowhere, and I want a house somewhere by the beach.
If that was fiscally responsible, I would do that.
That's fiscally responsible, just not affordable.
Well, I'm giving it a given that perhaps enough money will come along one day for that. The question is not if you can afford it, but if it's the fiscally responsible way to spend your money.
Interesting question there. Of course it is! Who doesn't want a house on the beach by the city and a house in the country? That's just awesome, okay?
All right.
That's awesome.
I respect it.
You know?
I'd like to live in New York in my 20s.
That's the thing. I want to live several
and then
places.
when I have the kids. So here's my problem right now, though. I want to do all that, but also I'm super plugged into my community that I live in now, and
Yeah.
I work at a church, and I don't want to leave the church for any reason.
Understandable.
So
I have that same problem because I kind of want to live in Europe in my 20s.
yeah, I want to live in Tokyo.
Yeah, I want to spend, a year or two in different countries, and then
I
move.
could settle for 6 to 8 months in Tokyo. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Tokyo. Oh, bump. Doesn't necessarily have to be Tokyo either.
Yeah.
Tokyo looks really nice, looks like my vibe, but I just think it would be such a great experience to live somewhere
term.
else in the world for a couple of months.
100%.
Something somewhat long term.
How much time do we have left?
None.
Well, the time's up then. We are on the way to St. Louis, and I guess we'll see you next week unless Gabe gets scheduled over his time again.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Maybe 2 weeks.
It's possible that a slightly longer time between episodes is necessary. We'll have to see.
Hate to deprioritize it, but hey, maybe we'll have a Shaken Espresso next time.
Sounds good.
And we'll give, of course, the Judah and the Lion concert number 2
the second
recap.
review. That's right.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Sayonara.